Morning students, in this class we will be doing class 10 polynomials. This is the second chapter. You have heard about polynomials in your lower classes. That is, depending upon the number of terms, we have given names for them. That is, if we have only one term in a polynomial, we will say that as monomial. So all these classifications are depending upon the number of terms. Okay, so if you have one term, that is called monomial. If you have two terms, that is called binomial. If you have two terms, that is called binomial. If you have three terms, that is called trinomial. Like this it will go. Okay, in general, from binomial, that is other than monomial, all the expressions are called polynomials. So all the expressions are called polynomials. So this is, we are categorizing the polynomials in terms of, depending upon the number of terms. Now, depending upon the degree of the polynomial, few classifications are there. Okay, few names we are giving depending upon the degree. What is degree? The maximum power in an expression. The highest power in an expression is called the degree. Okay, so if you have 1 degree in a given expression, that is called linear polynomial. That is 4x plus 5. So this is a linear polynomial. What is the power for that variable? So the power should be, you have to check the power for the variable. So what is the power for this variable? The power for this, that is the degree for this variable is 1. So this is called linear polynomial. So this is called linear polynomial. That is the power, the degree for a given expression, if it is 1, that is called linear polynomial. If the degree is 2, then it is called quadratic polynomial. Quadratic means the highest power, the degree is 2. So that is called quadratic polynomial. Then if you have the degree as 3, if you have the highest power as 3, 4x plus square plus 2x plus 5. This is called cubic polynomial. The degree, the highest power for this expression is 3. So it is called cubic polynomial. And one more thing also you have, that is biquadratic polynomial. That is when the power of the expression is 4, that is called biquadratic polynomial. So these are the types of polynomial depending upon the degree. So linear polynomial, the highest power is 1. Quadratic polynomial, it is 2. Cubic polynomial, it is 3. So these 3 types of polynomials only we are going to learn this year. This biquadratic polynomial will be learning in the higher classes. Now we will see the general form of the polynomial. An expression of the form p of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x squared plus an x power n, where an not equal to 0 is called a polynomial in x of degree n. So the highest power for this will be n. Okay, so this is the general expression of the polynomial. That is, p of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x squared plus an x power n, where an not equal to 0 is called a polynomial in x. These are all the polynomial of degree x, in polynomial in x of degree n. So this is the highest power. Okay. a0, a1, a2 are the real numbers. So here a0, a1, a2, an are the real numbers. And each power of x is a non-negative integer. So if it is a negative integer, we won't say it as a polynomial itself. So it should be a non-negative integer. Okay. Then coming to the geometrical meaning of the linear polynomial and quadratic polynomial. Okay, so before going into the geometrical representation, you should know about the zeros of the polynomial. What is the zero? Whatever value you are substituting for that x, you have to get 0. That is 4x. For example, if you take a 4x plus 2, this is a linear polynomial. You are asked to find the zero of this. The zero means the value of x. Whatever value you are substituting it for x, the answer should be 0. That is called the zero of the polynomial. So for a linear polynomial, you will be getting only one 0. Okay, so here if you are equating it to 0, 4x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to minus 2 by 4. So your x value is minus 1 by 2. So when you substitute this minus 1 by 2 in this equation, 4 into minus 1 by 2 plus 2. So what you will get? You will get minus 2 plus 2. You will be getting 0. So this is called the zero of the polynomial. So all these things you have learnt in class 9, zeros of the polynomial. So you will be getting one x value for the linear polynomial. And for the quadratic polynomial, when you solve the quadratic polynomial, when you factorize, this 0 is nothing but factor. So you will be getting one factor for the linear polynomial. The factor is otherwise called as 0. Okay. For a quadratic polynomial, you will be getting two factors. Do you remember you are factorizing a quadratic polynomial and getting two values for x. So that is nothing but the zeros of the polynomial. So for that one, we will be doing the geometrical representation of linear polynomial and quadratic polynomial now. Now we will see the geometrical representations and geometrical meaning of the zeros of linear and quadratic polynomials. Okay, how when we represent this on the graph, what is the outcome? That is the thing we are going to find out. Okay, we know that y is equal to ax plus b. This is the where a not equal to 0. This is the general form of the linear polynomial. That is, when you substitute these values in the graph sheet, at how many points it has to intersect on the x-axis? Exactly, it has to intersect at only one point. So that verification only we are going to do with an example. So example is y is equal to 2x plus 3. Okay, so this one we will do it in the tabular column. So first we will take x-axis in the first column, then the second one is y. That is y is 2x plus 3. So when you take x value as 1, if you substitute x value as 1 here, what will be the y value? Y value is 5. So 2 into 1 plus 3, that is 5. Then when you substitute x value as minus 1, when you substitute x value as minus 1, that is 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 3 is 1. Your y value is 1. Y is nothing but this 2x plus 3. Okay. Now when you substitute x value as 0 here, my y value will be 3. Okay. Then when you substitute x value as minus 2. So 2 into minus 2 plus 3. So 2 into minus 2 is minus 4 plus 3. That is minus 1. My y value is minus 1. Then 3. Next one is 2. Next one is 2. When you substitute 2, 2s are 4. 4 plus 3, 7 you will get. Okay. So now x and y values, the possible x and y values I have given here. We have tabulated it in the tabular column. That we are going to represent it in the graph. Okay. So if x is 1. So this one, how will you plot it in the graph? 1, 5. So 1 in the x-axis and 5 in the y-axis. So my 1, 5 will be here. 1, 5. Then minus 1, 1. So this is minus 1, 1. Minus 1, 1. 0, 3. So 0 is x-axis. 0, 3. 0, 3 will be this side. 0 and 3 on the y-axis. So this is 0, 3. Then minus 2, minus 1. So this is minus 2. Minus 1 will be here. So this is minus 2, minus 1. Then 2 comma 7. So this is my 2, my x-axis 2 and my 7 will be here. So this is 2 comma 7. Okay, so this is 2 comma 7. So when I join these points, I will get a straight line. So when I join, since this is not exactly on that, you won't be getting. If you are doing it perfectly, you will get a straight line. So this is the graph for y is equal to 2x plus 3. So what is this polynomial? So this polynomial, this is a linear polynomial. So all the linear polynomial will get a straight line on the coordinate plane. So you will get a straight line. So the result for this linear polynomial is straight line. On one point it will intersect. It will meet at one point on the x-axis. So what is the value for this x? So the value for this x is minus 1.5. So it touches on the x-axis at minus 1.5. When you take this 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, 2x is equal to minus 3, x is equal to minus 3 by 2. So that is x value is minus 1.5. Okay, so this is the geometrical representation of 0 of the linear polynomial. That is x value is 1 for the linear polynomial. At one point it will intersect on the x-axis. So for linear polynomial you will be getting the graph, that is it intersects at one point on the x-axis. Okay. We will see the geometrical representation of quadratic polynomial. Okay. So the general form of the quadratic polynomial is y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Ax squared plus by plus c. So this is the general form of the quadratic polynomial where a not equal to 0. Okay. A is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c only. So where a not equal to 0. So this is the general form of the quadratic polynomial. So we will take an example and plot the points in the graph and check at how many points these points intersect on the x-axis. Okay. So y is equal to x squared minus 3x minus 4. So if you take x value as minus 2. So y value, if x value if you take it as minus 2, y value will be minus 2 the whole square minus 3 into minus 2 minus 4. So when you simplify this, 4 plus 3 2s are 6 minus 4. So you will get the answer as 6. Okay, then x is equal to minus 1. When you substitute minus 1 here on this equation, minus 1 the whole square minus 3 into minus 1 minus 4. So this is 1 plus 3 minus 4. So you will get 0. Then when you substitute 0 here, you will be getting y value as minus 4. When you substitute 1 here, 1 minus 3 minus 4. So 1 minus 3 is minus 2. Minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6. Then when you substitute 2 here, 2 squared is 4 minus 3 2s are 6 minus 4. So you will be getting minus 6. Okay. Then when you substitute 3 here, when you substitute x value as 3 here, y is equal to 3 squared minus 3 squared is 9. 3 into 3 9 minus 4. So plus 9 minus 9 will get cancelled. It will be minus 4. Then when you substitute x value as 4, it will be y is equal to 4 4s are 16 minus 4 3s are 12 minus 4. So 16 minus 12 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So when it is 4, it is 0. Then when x is equal to 5, y is equal to 5 5s are 25 minus 5 3s are 15 minus 4. So this is 25 minus 19, that is 6. Then 6, x is equal to 6, then y value will be 6 6 are 36, 6 6 are 36 minus 6 3s are 18 minus 4. So this is 36 minus 22, that will be 14. So these are the x and y values. When you take these as the x values, these are the y values you will get on substituting it in the given equation. So all these points we will plot it in the graph sheet. Okay. So first one is minus 2 comma 6. So minus 2 comma 6 you will be getting it here. Minus 2 comma 6. Second one is minus 1 comma 0 will be on the x-axis. Minus 1 comma 0 will be on the x-axis. Then 0 comma minus 4. 0 comma minus 4 will be here. Then 1 comma minus 6. So 1 comma minus 6 will be here and 2 comma minus 6 will be here. Then 3 comma minus 4. So this is 3 and 3 comma minus 4 will be here. 3 comma minus 4, 4 comma 0, 5 comma 6. So this is 5, 5 comma 6. We will stop with this. Then next one is 6 comma 14. We go beyond this. Okay. Now when you join these points, see at how many points it touches the x-axis. So it touches the x-axis at 2 points. So it touches. So these two are the zeros of the polynomial. These two are the zeros of the polynomial. Okay. So when a quadratic polynomial is represented, when you simplify the quadratic polynomial, you will be getting 2 zeros for the x. That is, you will be getting 2 values for the x. So that 2 values only we have given you in the graph. So I have given you the geometrical representation of the quadratic polynomial. So you will be getting 2 values on the x-axis. So that is the geometrical meaning for this. So this type of special case, so this is a special type of a curve. This special type of curve is called parabola. So all these things you will be learning about all these things elaborately. You will be learning in your higher classes. Okay. So when you take this 2 points, when you get 2 points for the quadratic equations, for the quadratic polynomial, there are 3 cases for that. Those 3 cases we will see now. So we will get 3 cases for the quadratic polynomial. That is, when you take a graph, if the graph touches the x-axis at 2 distinct points, that is 2 different points, this one is, you will be having 2 different values for x-axis, for x. You will be having 2 different zeros for that. That is case 1. So case 1 is the graph touches the x-axis at 2 different points. That is case 1. Then case 2 is the graph touches the x-axis at 2 equal points. Even though if touches, that is, here you will be getting 2 different values for x. For example, 1 comma 2 if you are getting, you will be getting. Only example I am telling. 2 different values for x if you get, you will be getting the graph like this. If you are getting same value, that is 2 comma 2, 5 comma 5, like that if you are getting, you will say that as 1 0 only. You won't say it as 2 zeros. In general, you will be saying that even though you are getting 2 comma 0, 2 comma 2, if it is coinciding in the same point, that is 2 comma 2 will be, if you are plotting 2, that will be here. If you are plotting another 2, that will also be here. So both the zeros will be at this common point. So you will say that as 1 0. This is a special case we will see. So like this also you will get graph. Like this also you will get. Here also like this you will get, or like this you will get. It depends upon the values of the questions that you are taking. So this is case 1. It touches at 2 different points. And then this is case 2. This, if you take this point as A and A dash, so this A and A dash will coincide at this point. Okay. And the third case is, it won't be touching it. You will be getting graph like this. You will be getting graph like it won't touches the x-axis at all. So this is case 3. Okay, so based on these, how the points, how the graph cuts the x-axis, how the graph touches the x-axis, based on these things only you are having the first exercise. So that is very simple only. Graph is given depending upon. So this is only regarding quadratic polynomial. If it is a cubic polynomial, at 3 points it will cut. If it is a quadratic, if it is a cubic polynomial, at 3 points it will touch. So depending upon the number of points it touches the x-axis, that is that type of polynomial we will say. If it touches at 3 points, that is cubic polynomial. So in that exercise it is given like that only. From the given figure, you are asked to find the number of zeros. So here the number of zeros is 3. Here the number of 0 is 2. Like that we will categorize. Okay, in the next class we will see the next topic. So till that, these things are all very important before going into the geometrical representation and all very much important. Even though you won't be asking in the, it won't be given in the exam and all. How you are getting the representation of quadratic and the linear polynomial is very important. So keep practicing, do all the sums. We will see in the next class. Okay, thank you.